It's a hard question to answer. I want to say that one trial doesn't alone make much of a difference. So if people are saying, oh, this is an example of how well our justice system works, or it's an example of how we get rid of bad officers, I don't really agree, because we have much more than a bad apple problem. We have a systems problem. But I do see, located here in Minneapolis, I do see how much of a change and how much public awareness this tragedy has caused, and much more of a desire for changes from a broader group of people than I would have said even a year or two ago.
You have been following this case very closely. You live in Minneapolis. Give us the sense of the overall mood.
Extreme relief after yesterday's verdict. I think for some people it may have risen to the level of joy. For others, it's still a very, very somber thing. There's no getting Mr. Floyd back to his family. But overall, the mood was relief from nearly everyone I talked to, and myself included.
And I can't help but wonder how different the outcome of this case would have been if this young girl, Darnella Frazier, was not there at the right time with her cell phone, capturing the moments, the last moments of George Floyd's life.
And we know the first press release the Minneapolis Police Department released about this incident called it a medical incident, said the officers didn't use any weapons, and appeared to completely exonerate them from any wrongdoing. That was the official statement from the police department shortly after the murder. And we know that Darnella Frazier's heroics, along with other bystanders, are what really created the attention.
Rachel, let me move on to what our reporter Jim Spellman also mentioned. Attorney General Merrick Garland opening a sweeping investigation into policing by the Minneapolis Police Department. But isn't there a much bigger issue at hand here? I mean, we've seen this pattern over and over again in city after city. Is what Merrick Garland doing, does it go far enough at this juncture?
Just investigating one police department isn't ever going to be enough, because it's a nationwide problem. The problem is this dates back decades, or some people would even trace centuries, to the historical creation of police forces. So I encourage the investigation, because I think we need all hands on deck in figuring out how to create major change. But I would be naive to say that one investigation into one police department is really going to solve major national issues.
And very quickly, I have to ask you, of course, there's another case in Ohio, this 16-year-old young girl shot and killed by police there. I mean, this is a perfect example of there's a systemic problem in this country.
Yes, it's heartbreaking, it's a tragedy, and it's an issue that we have to face head on.